Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be able to talk to your members. My name is Daniel Perez. For those of you that don't know me, I'm the incoming Speaker of the House in the state of Florida, and I'll have the blessing of being the Speaker of the House until 2026. Me personally, outside of politics, I'm 37 years old, so I'm one of the younger speakers in the history of the state of Florida, although not the youngest. But I have three children, so this is this is a Zoom that actually works out for me because I'm in it as we speak. I have a daughter who just turned 6 years old this weekend. Her name is Camila. If you ask her, she said it was her 16th birthday because she's convinced she's a teenager, but she's one of a kind. I have a son who's 4 years old. Well, actually, today at 5 o'clock is his first soccer game, so bear with me. I'm not very patient because I want him to go out there and basically be the next Messi, and I don't think we're there yet. And then my youngest is 10 months old, and her name is Paulina. She's the sweetest of the bunch, but she's 10 months, so she's still building. She's still building that personality. But we're in it right now, and I think for purposes of this conversation, I probably have. I'm one of the. I'll probably be one of the speakers that have the most relevance to the issues before us today. Yeah, all of my children have surprised me in different parts of their young life. I think children, that's part of the joy of having children. You never know what to expect. And what has surprised me most, I think, is the evolution at such a young age. I have noticed that one, starting school, and I say school purposefully, it's not a daycare, starting school early has, I think, ramped up the speed of the evolution of my children. It's natural, although we say we don't do it. It's human nature to compare your children to others. It's just there's no way around that. I've noticed that the ability of my children is substantially more because we started at 1 years old, believe it or not. So as long as my kids are walking, we put them into school, a Spanish immersion school nonetheless, but still it's about the developing of their mind. And I have seen that where we may not think they're listening, they actually are. They repeat everything. They're always watching, and that leads me to really the answer to the question, which is what has surprised me the most. I don't know why, but specifically with the two girls, both of these very small children, they're always watching me. I don't know if it's because I'm the father. I don't know what it is. My wife tells me it's because I'm the easiest man in the world to predict, and I just think that they're onto me. But what has surprised me the most is the alertness of my children at such a young age. They are very present, even when we think they're not. And look, not many people know this about me, but I'm the oldest of three. I'm 37. My sister's 33. My brother's 31. My brother's severely autistic, and you're seeing the prevalence of autism increasing by the day. More prevalent in boys and girls, but of course, unfortunately, more often today than it was 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But the only way that we can help these children live a purposeful life is early intervention. And I say that because it's early intervention isn't only about what society would call normal children. Um, but it's also about the developmentally disabled. And I think that the developmentally disabled world is one that we need to pay more attention to. But you need to start paying attention to it by early intervention to understand the abilities or disabilities of your children. So I've always been a huge advocate for early intervention. What I'm most proud of over the last several years, and I would say even the last 7 years, which is how long I've been in the legislature, is every single year we have increased our funding for K through 12 education, higher education as well, but it's a different topic for a different day. But early education, K through 12, our VPK programs, every single year that I've been in the legislature, we've been able to increase the funding. So that tells me that we realize the importance, but two, we're also putting our money where our mouth is. We're a believer in the cause, and we want to make sure that next generation has all the resources necessary to succeed. My parents always taught me that part of my life goal is to make sure that I find my replacement or replacements in my life and that they live a better life than I did. And that's our goal. We want our children to be more successful. And however you define success, success doesn't have to be money. Success can be a passion. But as long as the next generation is more successful than we are, then we've accomplished our goal as parents. That's what my parents always taught me. And I think we've been able to do that as a state legislature. As a reminder, legislature is what writes the budget. We create the laws, and the legislature has done a good job of supporting the cause of not just children today, but children tomorrow. And I hope to be able to be in a position over the next couple of years to continue the importance of pushing that cause forward. I would tell you, if I had one message to the viewers, to the listeners, to the audience, which isn't just teachers, but everyone that that is a part of this conversation, I would tell you, thank you for what you do. Number one, I think you guys do God's work. I understand the pay may not be the highest, but the impact is the impact that you're providing to our communities is perpetual. And I would love for everyone to know that it doesn't go unnoticed. You know, we notice it, we appreciate it, we hear you. So I would tell you, reach out to your state representatives as much as you can. There isn't a call that we kind of push to the side. We always take everything into consideration. Your opinion matters. You guys are the ones in the fields. So keep us posted. We hope to support you and have your back in any way that we can. And we'll base that based on what your input is to us. So definitely keep us posted on what your thoughts, questions, and concerns are. But thank you for the time to let me speak to you all. I appreciate it. I hope it's not the last time.